Hey, welcome to Broken World Entertainment, and there's an interesting article titled Why Fantastic Four is Not Going to Work. As we know, Fantastic Four has officially been announced by Marvel. I believe it's November. I think it's November of 2024 that is to come out. So let's jump into some of this article and see what it says. So it says Fantastic Four is one of the most mysterious upcoming projects for the Marvel Cinematic Universe, with almost no details having been revealed about the latest iterations of the first family. We know it will be directed by Marvel and sitcom veteran Matt Shakman, who was recently confirmed to helm Fantastic Four after Spider-Man's John Watts decided he needed a break from the MCU. We know that it will not be an origin story, which the studio seems to have realised not every single character needs right up front. We know that a whole bunch of people just got really disappointed when Marvel Studios president Kevin Feige announced there would be no Fantastic Four announcements at D23 this year. And everyone just needs to hold their horses. But did they? I thought it was at the D23 that they announced the release for it. So anyway, it continues. Where was I? Oh yeah. And there is another thing we know for certain. Fantastic Four is not going to be a successful movie. That is a big claim, so we will get right into it, they say. There have been so far 4 live-action Fantastic Four films, all of which have been disappointments in their own way. Despite being one of the most famous superhero teams in comic book history and having the kind of brand name recognition the Suicide Squad and the Thunderbolts, which is another movie from MCU scheduled to come out, could only dream of, something has eluded the Fantastic Four in terms of cinematic success. The first attempt in 1994 was an infamously low-budget effort that was never officially released and has been the subject of conflicting stories about whether it was a cheap attempt to hang on to the film rights. In other words, they were talking about, say like Spider-Man at Sony. Sony has to have a Spider-Man project in the works every 5 years to retain the rights. So that's why they're saying about that. I'm not actually sure who had the rights to Fantastic Four. Was it Warner Brothers? Can't remember. Really can't remember. The 2 films released in the 2000s and directed by Tim Story rapidly hit a wall of diminishing commercial returns, not to mention savagely negative reviews. The most recent attempt in 2015 was directed by Josh Trank and bombed hard at the box office and with critics, with Trank later publicly blaming studio interference. Let's not forget, he went on a mad one before the film even came out and started slating the film and shit. So, the way they're looking at it is they're saying it's not going to work because they're outdated. That because the comic book came out, the first issue debuted in 1961, they're just looking at it saying, like, there's no real way to bring these characters up to date. It's a bit of a strange argument. I don't agree with the argument. I think if Fantastic Four, a new Fantastic Four, will fail under Marvel and Feige is because just look at what Feige and Marvel are doing right now. It's all garbage. We have no doubt that they'll probably race swap and gender swap all of them, and you know, the Human Torch will probably be a gay character, just so they can push that flame on. Sue Storm will probably be a black lesbian or something. It's just all that kind of stuff. And no doubt they'll do something with the Thing that he'll be, or she'll be, or it will be non-binary of some sort. But an argument to say it's just outdated, it makes no sense when you look at all the different comic book characters that are being made and successfully made. So, I don't know. Time will tell. Casting will tell. And the way the MCU is going, that will tell. Anyway, leave it there for this one. Cheers. Catch you in the next.